Hello everyone, my name is Farmer Eric here from Green City Growers, and today we're going to be making some refrigerator pickled carrots. The two recipes that we're going to be working with today are a sort of sweet and spiced pickled carrot. We're also going to do zesty garlic and dill pickled carrot today. So in terms of ingredients, like anything pickled, we're going to need some vinegar and some salt. So we have distilled white vinegar, and apple cider vinegar. So for our herbs, we're gonna need whole cloves, we need mustard seeds, peppercorns, whole peppercorns, coriander, dill weed, bay leaves, garlic, a little bit of sugar, and our main ingredient is going to be our carrots. It'll be useful to have a little bit of water around, so just fill up the our jars to the brim once we have all our ingredients mixed. So we'll get started first with the dill and garlic pickle. So start off, we're going to need two teaspoons of salt over a trusty measuring cup. And actually, both of these are going to need 2 teaspoons of salt, so might as well get ahead of the game. Yeah, that. And both of them are also going to need some sugar. So with the sweet and spiced ones, those are going to need 1 tablespoon of sugar. So we got that. Go in here. And for our zesty dill and garlic ones, those are only going to need 1 teaspoon of sugar. And we'll just toss that in like so. All right. So now it gets into the fun part where we're going to be adding our dry ingredients. So just sticking with the dill one first, we got our dill weed. We are going to need 2 teaspoons of dill. So it's coming out. We got 1 and 2 teaspoons of dill. We're going to need 1 teaspoon of whole peppercorns. That's right here. So 1 teaspoon isn't a ton of peppercorns. So if you don't have like a measuring cup or a measuring spoon, just like a pinch should be good. So you got that. And we'll crush up some garlic. We're going to need 2 pieces of garlic, 2 cloves of garlic for this one. Yeah, these ones are going to be definitely on more of like the garlic heavy side, especially because we're using 2 cloves in jars about this big. So the garlic flavor should really be coming through here. So let's just sort of peel away our garlic. I'm just going to crush this a little bit. And by crushing it up, we're also like helping the plant release some of the flavors and more of the oils. You can already smell it now. Release some of the more aromatic oils in the garlic bulb. Just make it easier for them to get absorbed in by our carrots. So nice crush bulb number 1, and then we'll just crush this one like so. You can crush it using anything. I like to use the palm of my hand. You can use like the butt of a knife, spoon, or anything like that. Anything that's just gonna sort of like crush up the bulb itself, just a little bit, not a ton, and really work on releasing those oils. So once we can get this paper off, all right. So nice and crushed up. Should break this one open a little bit. We'll toss that in there. Got our 2 pieces of garlic. We are going to need 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. So just add this in. So not too much. And splash it out. Actually, after we add our smaller amount of vinegar first, I just like to do that, sort of get all of the herbs and whatnot into a sort of mix or slurry at the bottom. And then here comes the fun part. We're going to be adding our carrots. So we're going to fill this up decently full. Let's just see how many that we can squeeze in here. You should be able to get a decent amount. We're just using carrot sticks. Honestly, any type of carrot will work for this. Definitely want to have it peeled before you go to pickle it. Because carrots are a root themselves. They're able to, like, their whole job is to be able to absorb water and nutrients. And in this case, we're switching out the water and nutrients with a brine and some herb flavors. But yeah, they're great for absorption and should really pick up a lot of these flavors that we're putting in. So we got all of our carrots and herbs in a jar. We added our 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And now we're going to add our 1/3 of a cup of white vinegar. Like so. Just pour that in. And then you'll notice that there's still some space at the top of the jar. And we're just going to take a little bit of water and fill that up to the brim. With all the salt and this vinegar in here, the water won't dilute it to a point where it won't be able to preserve or pickle to pickle what's in there. So just make it not super salty or super vinegary. Yeah. And then we shall just shake up or put the lid on our jar, give it a nice shake to really make sure that all the salt and sugar down at the bottom, along with all the herbs, is really sort of just going around and coating all of the material that's in here. So we'll give this a good shake, 5-10 seconds or so. And we look down at the bottom, we don't see any sugar or salt. Crystals still formed, they've all dissolved, which means this batch is now good to go. So these are our dill and garlic pickled carrots. And now let's go into making our next batch, the sweet and spiced clove ones. So we already added our salt and our sugar. The next thing that we're going to add is some coriander. So we're going to need 1 teaspoon of coriander, so not a ton. And if you don't have like a measuring, anything to like measure with, like a measuring cup or anything like that, just a pinch or a pinch or 2 should be good. So we won't end up with too much in there, but we'll have some of those, some coriander. Next up, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of whole cloves. Having the whole cloves is just easier than having like ground up cloves. The flavors get released over a longer period of time. So if they're if the pickles or if the pickled carrots are like sitting in the fridge for a little bit longer, it's better to have slow release ingredients than quick release ingredients, in my opinion. Yeah, we got all of our cloves, 1 teaspoon of cloves. Toss it right in there. We're going to add 2 bay leaves. Here they are. Yeah, it's 2 of these, 1 and 2. Last ingredient is our mustard. And for the mustard, we're going to need just a half teaspoon. So really barely any at all. Like so. Toss those in. We're almost there. Our final, or almost final steps are going to be, we're going to add our carrots in. Like so. We're going to need, this time we're only going to need a tablespoon of white vinegar compared to last time. And we're going to use 1/3 of a cup of the apple cider vinegar. So just switching up the ratios for the two. And yeah, the apple cider vinegar will give it a nice, very good flavor. It's a little bit more, just a little bit more unique pickle flavor than just like your regular salt and white vinegar. But I think they taste a lot better when you add like a splash of red wine vinegar in there as well. So we got some carrots. Let's see how many we can fit in here. Like so. Then I'm going to need 1 tablespoon of the white vinegar, like I was saying. Then we're going to need 1/3 of a cup of apple cider. I'm going to fill this up like so. And then, just like we did before, we're going to finish up by just filling the remaining portion of our jar with water right up to the brim. I prefer to use warmer water instead of cooler water. I just think it helps break up, or it helps dissolve the sugar a little bit faster. And also, in my opinion, just helps the flavors, especially of the garlic, just release a little bit easier into like a warmer environment than if everything's just going, if all the ingredients are cold. So yeah, now we got this. We're gonna give it a nice shake. We'll look down. Appears that everything is dissolved at the bottom. Let's give it another just quick shake for another 5 seconds or so. All right. So now we have successfully made 2 different pickled carrot recipes. So we have our sweet and spiced one with our clove and our mustard, and we also have a more classic take on a pickled carrot with dill, garlic, peppercorns. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed learning how to make some of these different types of pickles. Try them out at your house. Let us know what you think. And I'll see you guys next time.